Alright guys, we got some more info on Demon Souls for the PS5 the remake. There was an interview with Gavin Moore, who is the creative director at SIE Worldwide Studios. So basically, a whole bunch of people interviewed him today, so just kind of went through and picked apart like the most interesting parts. So in Demon Souls remake, there will be a new camera that just like feels better, fits, because this game came out 11 years ago, so they kind of updated it. But the good news is, if you don't like it, you can go back to the original. It seems that they've stayed true to that. Like, they've added what feels right, and if it didn't feel right, they took it out. But everything they did add, you have the option of taking back to the original, which is pretty cool. So the world tendency is still the same, the white, the black. If it goes to black, it gets harder, you get better drops. If it's white, it's easier, blah, blah, blah. We know how that works if you've played. Supposedly there's a new UI for it, so it's kind of easier to like figure out and read. And the online tendency for like, when you invade, all that stuff is basically controlled by the metadata of the whole community. So I guess it just is going to compile that all together. The 6th Archstone. A little upset about this one, but I understand. So the 6th Archstone is not going to be in the game. They talked about it, there's a lot of discussion about it, and they decided to scrap it because they didn't make the original game and they felt it wasn't their place to add a new set of bosses in a new level. Even though it was cut from the original game, and I think people have dug up files and they probably could have did that, but it is what it is. So if you're looking forward to 6th Archstone, like myself, it's not going to be there. Kind of bummed. But I think they removed it completely, so there's just going to be the 5. Like, it won't even be there at all. Anyway, okay, so they added a fractured mode. It's kind of been like a mystery. It is a mirror mode. So basically, everything's going to be switched from left to right. I don't think it's any other way. I think it's just swap, because he was talking about, like, if you're going down a corridor and you know that you're supposed to go right, now you got to go left, and it kind of messes you up. It's kind of like just a new challenge, new experience. I guess it could be cool. It's definitely going to be something extra. Like, okay, there's New Game Plus, and there's so many builds and so many different things you can do in this game, and now that you can go through and do mirror mode, kind of, just gives it more replayability, so that's cool. So they also have gallery unlocks now, of like the original concept art, and then you can see like what it was and like what it is now. I mean, just look at this game, like it's just insane. It's just how it looks, like it's just the level of detail. They kept everything like a 1-to-1 scale. They said basically they loaded the PS3 version onto the PS5 and kind of went off of that and mapped everything off of that, so it was like a true 1-to-1 scale. If they added something they didn't like, they pulled it out. They kept it like, as close to the original as possible, which is pretty cool. So there's also a photo mode, okay? It's built off of the photo mode from Shadow of Colossus. I believe the guy who was doing it, they also did that remake. Basically, you can, so, alright, so I know what you're thinking. You can't pause Demon Souls, Dark Souls, all that. So it's going to pause, but it said not in the way you think. So I don't really know what that means, but you can pause, take photos. I think there's different filters, all that kind of stuff. But if you're online and you're invading and all that stuff, photo mode will become unavailable. I mean, obviously you can't just be running through and like, oh, this guy's about to attack me, I'm about to attack him, let me take a sick photo. Like, it can't do that. So there's going to be haptic feedback, right? So if you want to be true to the original, you can turn the haptic feedback off, or you can tone it down, or you can leave full blast like I'm going to. He's saying like when you pull a bow, you feel it tighten, you feel it click. When you release, you feel every hit. Metal on metal, like you hear it, you feel it. So just it really adds to the experience. I'm pretty pumped about that. Also, I don't know if you guys like realize, like they talked about the magic and how it's still overpowered. They left it how it was, and they said, at the beginning of the game, it's still kind of like up in the air, and you kind of, magic kind of sucks until you get going. But just the way like the PS5 allows them to, when you shoot like a fireball and it just goes down a hallway and lights everything, it looks so cool, man. So character creation, right? They added thousands of permutations, I think is the word he said, to it, and I mean thousands is a lot, and they really want you to like make a really custom character, use the photo mode, share it. I think it'd be fun, you know, good times. So the old monk battle, okay? Pretty much my last thing here that I pulled from these interviews. The old monk battle is going to be the same where, you know, however it worked and you died or whatever, you had to go and you actually fight somebody else. I remember, like, I played the game so much 11 years ago and, like, I haven't touched it, so, yeah, my memory's a little... But, yeah, it's just... I think they said they changed the Tower Knight battle a little bit. Flame Lurker, I think his face is different or something. They said Boletaria Castle is more like a gothic theme now. They kind of changed it a little bit from the original, but I mean, like, when you're upgrading to this scale, you kind of have to kind of, you know, add some things. But anyway, that's pretty much what I've taken away from the interviews. Like, biggest things for me. I'm pumped about the game. If you guys weren't able to get a PS5 and you can't play it at launch and you want to come check it out, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna be playing it. I might stream it, I don't know, but I'm just pumped, man. So we'll do multiple builds, we'll do freaking magic builds, because I don't think I ever did a full playthrough with a magic build. I was like, I'll do it, and then I got, no, just like being up in their face with like weapons. But man, I just can't wait. It just looks so good. A little bummed about the 6 Archstone, but it is what it is. But anyway, guys, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you on the next one.